Ah. Hey, got it clean.
Hello.
Hello.
Right, so let's get started.
Awkward introduction time, isn't it?
Don't need to do the awkward introduction every time. It's only
But
awkward if
but
you make it awkward, Sam.
I like to make it awkward.
Yeah, I know.
But there might be new people and they might not know who we are.
Okay, so I'm Aaron Baker,
And I'm Sam Rogers,
both assistant designers on Fishing Sim World.
the assistant duo.
We make each other. It's like yin and yang.
Like a unit.
So today we're going to be doing what we usually do on our monthly stream, where we're going to compete against each other and see who can do best.
It's 1-0 to you because it's double down this week. Because none of us caught any muskie last week in the muskie challenge.
Yeah, we had a pretty particular challenge last time where we had to catch a muskie, and they were elusive,
To us, yeah.
so that was pretty difficult.
You know, Stephen got both times, but we had no bites.
Yeah, so we ended up putting that one down as a fat 0 on both of our scores, and now we're going double or nothing this
Double
week.
or
So
nothing.
I'm winning 1-0. If I win today, 3-0. If Sam wins, 2-1.
That's all to play for. If it's another draw, though, then it's another rollover. So, could
Just gets
happen.
bigger and bigger.
Right, so who we got in here?
Oh yeah, so we're going to be doing this on Lake Williams, and we figured it'd be easier for us to keep track of the score that we get if we just do it in the tournament. We can just look at our final score.
Going to use that in-game system.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Loading screen's looking fresh.
Rally says, "Hi guys." Hi Rally.
Afternoon, everyone. And yeah, happy Pancake Day.
It's been good. We had pancakes this morning.
Fun fact: when I went to get the train this morning, the St Pancras, whatever, it was actually called St Pancake on the announcement thing.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah, getting in the mood.
Afternoon, Peaky Blinders.
Got a nice little matinee.
Artful Dodger asked, "Why do cart full of top spinner baits? So not real." It's mainly just down to the engineering that it counts as a bait type, but they can still be interested in it even if they can't take it. So, because that's something we have to manage of like what fish can take what lures. So a bait will still have an interest factor while it's in the water. So they might look at it, but they won't take it. UBX says, "Hey."
Hold up a second, I'm having a
Darth Badger says, "Face it, guys, you failed." Like, yeah, we've
yeah, big
epic
time.
fail.
You know what else is a fail? When your analog sticks don't work and you can't do anything.
Oh no!
That's
Hold
probably-
on. Let me.
Oh, I see, of
Gotcha.
course. I forgot that it was on.
Same.
Yeah, I forgot we were streaming from the same place. I'm going on Laurels. There's fish around there.
Big shout out to that. In camera.
Oh yes.
Yeah, fish aren't going to see that
It's
coming.
nice.
So how's everybody doing in the chat today? I hope everyone else has had pancakes. Or you're having pancakes.
Let the bass jump in.
It's a little surprise for me then, because it's mainly what we're going to be focusing on today. So we're going to talk about what the sort of fish fighting mechanics that revolve around bass jumping or diving as well. It's not the only thing that's been completely overhauled for how bass react in the water.
So, oh, yeah. Got a bass tackle box here. I'm going to use some top water lures. I'm sticking with the
triple top.
gold frog because
It's
it's.
like darts in triple top.
I don't play enough darts, mate.
Don't get that fat 120. No, 180, not 120.
Yeah, even though I know 180. I'm just going to get some
P
lures
triple K says
retrieval.
hello. Hi P triple K. Not for Dodger. They turn up dozens after 30 seconds. Sorry guys, just not like real life. It still gets run within a minute. I can't get all my rods out. It's something we could definitely look into. It's something we have a balance between, because one of our jobs is how often do a fish bite compared to not, and we get both sides that we either make it too difficult or too easy, and it's trying to get that balance right. But if it's all the time, it's definitely something we could address and look into.
We just need to know what lake that's happening on, if it's a particular lake. Do you recommend playing this with mouse, keyboard or controller? Personal preference, I play quite a lot more on PC than I do with a controller, but if I want to chill out, you can definitely just plug a controller in and get on with it. The controls aren't too much to learn again.
I like the controller for the trolling mode. I just find it's a bit easier to manage while actually fishing. And that's not because I'm a massive troll, I just like trolling.
Okay, perfect strike off the bat.
So something, I don't know if people are aware of, any new players are coming in, the strike quality makes quite a difference to how likely a fish is to try and spit the hook. So a poor strike really does damage the quality of the hook in the fish's mouth, so you've got more of a chance of the fish spitting the hook, also by applying too much tension, which can also degrade the hook quality throughout the fish fight, as well as not putting enough pressure on the fish. So if you're dipping out, the fish can also lose it by being it too loose. So having a perfect strike ensures the higher chance of it not doing that. So you want to try and keep it middle where you can. And then that's now increased with the fish jumping, because it will let tension off the line as it comes out of the water. So you really need to focus on where you're pulling around the rod around in relation to where the fish is. And then same vice versa, if it starts diving, it's going to put more tension on the line, so you need to let off. I've nearly got a little 10-pounder on there.
I'm not afraid. Just setting the bar. It's fine.
Not going in.
So yeah, you might have noticed the line tension was a bit more erratic there than what it usually is, and that is because the fish now, the bass, to try and spit the hook, it will jump out of the water and it will also go for deep dives. So to help manage that line tension, all I was doing was holding reel down, and then if the line tension got too high, I would let go of the reel and lower the rod tip, and vice versa. If the line tension was too low, I would raise the rod tip and make sure I was reeling. I'm only going to adjust the clutch today as a last resort if the fish is giving me too much or too little tension. And the only time you're in real danger of the fish escaping is if the line tension goes to that max point where it starts flashing on the indicator. You get the exclamation mark. If the line tension is too high or too low in that state, the longer it's like that, the more likely the fish is to spit the hook. Another fun one for you, actually. Hopefully we might be able to do it today, but I'm not 100% sure. But actually, if you're fighting the fish and it jumps out of the water, you can actually pull it onto the boat and that'll automatically end the fish fight now. You won't have to net it.
Also, by increasing the tension on a fish, it will tire out faster as well. So kind of middle grounding it is a nice way that you're keeping pressure on it, that it's having to fight more, which will tire it out faster.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to get those fish in quickly, especially in a tournament or competitive setting with your friends. You definitely want to try to tire those fish out as quick as you can.
It's a little OP tip for those live event tournaments that I know people have been getting involved with. Richard Jones says he loves both muskie, but also can't remember what they're called. Almost shark-like in shape, very powerful fish, stunning fighters. Yeah, they're hench. It'd take your finger off if you let it. That's all I do know. So when we went fishing before, we saw a pike literally bite through a line. It's crazy. J. Allen 16's now following. Thank you. Artful Dodger, any European fishing styles coming, like more in-depth float fishing and feeder fishing? Also, would love to see carp taking floating crust. This is something we're looking into.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a
oh my
hench
god. Okay, see, look, I'm letting go of the clutch.
It's going to take off.
I didn't know what was about to happen. I was like, wait, what? There we go.
Enough energy in this one. Yeah, it's definitely something we're looking into.
Oh, this one's actually jumping out so much.
How big was it? Did that catch somewhere?
£2
No,
that
you
one.
little baby,
Yeah,
he was
man.
agile.
Nimble.
Caroline Gibbs, I'm sorry for my rant last week, but these guys make their living out of this game. It's alright. We always want criticism, as long as it's constructive. That's always the main thing, because again, we strive to make the game the best we can, and we can only do that with your guys' feedback, because you're the guys who are also primarily enjoying the sport virtually, so as long as your rant is valid and it's something we can address, then don't be sorry about it. It's just doing it in a constructive way.
If you're ranting, it means you care.
Yeah. You gotta ask everyone. So, where's everyone watching from at the moment? That's always I like to see.
Oh man,
Where
I'm
everyone's
landing.
tuning. Dropping down to fourth there.
I've got to lower that rod tip. It's having a bit of struggle. I'm actually going to lower the clutch a bit. It seems to be a common theme with these fish so far.
Cougar on Xbox says morning/afternoon. Is it morning for you? Because it's now afternoon for us. In the next room. Man's close by. One so CP3 like is now following. Thank you.
There we go.
Timothy Marsh is in Missouri. Across the waters. You're doing alright, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean...
Bill Butcher giving you a bit of a hard time, then.
Oh, Bill Butcher. Screw that guy. It's Butler. Oh, he's
Cougar
alright.
on Xbox is in Pennsylvania. Jack Barlow tuning in from England. What I'd like to see some Batman D82 from North Carolina. You still using that frog? Or you,
Oh, yeah.
that gold OP in it?
It's actually already been 10 minutes into the tournament. I've only got 3. I wouldn't mind
Jack
trying.
Barlow's got a question. Hit it. Richard Jones in South Wales. I really like the audio on this week.
Hmm. A little skeleton.
Also, yeah, the same about Heart Islands. It's like a little lake in itself. It's nice and secluded.
And those donut turns on the lake.
Hunt for big bucks. Any plans to rework the tournament set? Would love to see longer single player / online tournaments with actual weigh-ins, including weigh-in times with penalties for being late. And he's from Utah. It's definitely something that's been on our agenda for a while, but it's finding the priority of where to put it in. Because when we scope out a design, we aim, to be honest, as high as we can, but we have to work within the restraints of the manpower we've got. So it's not something I would say we wouldn't do, but it's not something that's like on the agenda right now.
I'd like, personally, as a gamer, my favourite game mode in any game, even if it has a great campaign or whatever, is normally the story. The multiplayer, sorry. And yeah, I definitely would love to see more options come for setting up more competitive modes in multiplayer, but yeah, like Sam says, it's just resource and time and priority. Hopefully it will get there one day. We're always trying to reiterate everything we do, and you know, it's one of those things, part of the creative process, you're never happy with what you've got. There's always something you can do better, and hopefully in the future we can get on with that.
Caroline Gibbs tuning in from England. Essex Lucius is from England as well. Yeah, from Aldin Avdik. The update's next Tuesday, right? That is correct. Tuesday 12th.
Yeah.
We'll be dropping. And Dark Falls, I didn't even know this existed. Yeah! Been going on for a little while. If you're talking about Stream Wars game, streams been going on a little while regularly now. Cougar on the Xbox, enjoying the progress you guys are making on this game. Loving it actually. Oh,
Thank you very much.
that's all we like. Glad you enjoy it. It's nice to know because it's hard work. It's a lot of people are like, oh, you're a games designer. Like, oh, must be really fun, and it is. But it's hard and stressful like any other job. But stuff like that makes it 200% worth it. One for big bucks, nothing worse than having a large fish on when the tournament ends. Wayne's could make this better, even with the penalty. Yeah, I could understand that. Maybe we could even look at like, I don't know, if you've got a fish on before the timer ends, could you extend it? Would that work? I don't know. It's something we'd need to look into, but I could understand
about what's possible and what isn't.
yeah, but I can understand that being frustrating, especially if you could see it's a big pass. Jack Barlow and Grand Union, I've got one fish left to get. I'm guessing by boss fish is what you mean by that. Left to get. And is it in there? Yeah, they're all in there. What one you're looking for? But yeah, that's actually part of our job. We have to do all the boss fish names, descriptions, unless it's a real lake, and then we obviously replicate real life fish. But yeah, they're in there.
Oh man, I'm slacking all of a sudden. I went so
Good
dry.
time of Jay's hosting. Thank you. He says hello. Hello.
Hello. It's gone a bit dry and I've only got 6 minutes left.
Oh yeah, man, you got down.
Haven't been getting any bites.
Nash and
found
Randy is
anyone.
now following. Thank you. Putting it on later hall would be awesome. It seems like people want this get back late Wayne, because I know that's officially how a bass tournament works. So yeah, if it's definitely something, I can't guarantee anything, but like if it's something that you guys feel would make the tournaments better, then that sort of thing definitely becomes more of a priority. So a good example of that is obviously Megalodon is a technically thanks to the that's not good.
What, is a poor strike not good?
It's not
Oh, it's okay.
it's not
Cheers.
it's not great.
I was wondering why that was red and said poor. I had no idea. Rubbing salt in the wound, Samuel. Get the full name
Got another
treatment.
jumper though.
Yeah, man.
Lean on him, get him on that boat.
Drop back up to 11.
You also put in a fat dip with Phil. I don't know if that's from Koozie 5? I don't know what that is. I'd like to see Ghost Carb in the game. We've got Ghost Carb. I can't remember,
Just at the right time.
can't remember what lake they're on. Yeah, we got Ghost Carb. Rennie Cooper Huber in Austria. Oh, that's one for you. Any chance of quiver tip fishing setup? You wanted the old quiver fishing.
That would be quite nice. Wait, what?
I'm guessing that's with a bow, right? Quivering? Like a quiver's part of an arrow setup, right? Unless it's another thing, because you want the bow fishing.
Yeah,
but
I mean, bow fishing I'd like to see. I think quiver fishing, you're getting a bit confused with something else there.
5.0 Mustang 99. Why not just use the trolling motor to move 5 feet? Yeah, Aaron.
Well, all I know is I'm in first now, so...
He's got a point. Reese's Pieces of what up, peeps? Not much. Just chilling. Also, how's everybody been doing in these live events if you've been competing, or if you're not competing, you just get involved?
What other events have we got on this week?
So we've got the Bass Tour on Johnson, Carp on Manor Farm, Match on Grand Union, and last but not least, Predator on Lake Hartley. Also, the Allied Do you like competing in all of the events, or do you like focusing just on the fishing type that you like? I'm eager to know.
Oh my day. What Woodrow? Where have you come from?
He's going to come back.
Woodrow.
Yeah, cool, yeah. We did do some research this year. In the Bass tournament, they're required to be back at the docks. Okay, we'll pull in. So you get a penalty if you're late. I'm with you. I'd want it. Someone else said that it was actually in the original design doc, but it was just a sense of actually time of being able to implement it. So we aren't going to rule it out. You never know. Animal Galaxy 893 is following. Thank you. Oh, the walleye! Yeah, I like the walleye. They look quite happy, but quite menacing at the same time. Tripoliski is following as well. Thank you. River fishing is like feeder fishing, but you watch the tip of the rod for a bite. Ah, see, I thought we were talking about the old bow fishing.
No, I would love to have bow fishing.
Yeah, it's not anything we've got planned at the moment for river fishing, but it's definitely I'll be interested to research into to see if it's something we could do.
Jumping everywhere again.
Yeah, eager for it.
Later on, Woodrow, I'll leave you behind, son.
We don't have any training modes. We need to get some training modes. Adam Van Hecky says, hey. Hello.
Getting cheered on by Desmondo. Woodrow's been trying to give me a bit of jip. So Sam, he's been playing mind games, pointing out my poor strikes.
Throw you off again.
Pressure's been on.
Cameron Gibbs, has anyone called Big Bob, and how do you do it? Hook size is going to be a big factor. The hook sizes are based on smaller fish not being able to get their mouth around it. Same for the bait sizes as well, so go big.
Oh, that
2 on extras is all we like. Man's going in on all the events. But Bass tournaments mostly, that's fair. I do slightly prefer Bass because it's a bit more active.
Oh, the tournament ended.
So what did you get?
£34 2 ounce.
You did win.
Can I wanted to check my cash summary. What was that, sorry? Did I say
£34 2 ounce. Remember that, chat.
Stephen's probably got a notepad somewhere. Look at my trophy. I came
suddenly
first.
going, oh yeah, it's 38, and I get skimmed.
They call me the clutch. Carry the trophy.
That's what his shoulders get.
Bully him.
Shoulders get quite heavy holding that.
Oh man, my shoulders are aching. Right, Bosch. Pass her over. Bar has been set. I don't feel too bad. Dropped 40 bombs before, £40, but it'll do. I got £34 2 ounce, Stephen. Yeah, I should have put the line tension on a bit higher.
Let's go in on this.
Yeah, going back to what we said earlier, if, on that last fish, if I just put the line it would have been a bit of a risk. I could have lost the fish, but it would have timed out anyway. So I could have just cranked the line tension up high, raised the rod tip, held down reel, and hope for the best. Yeah, we've had a lot of jumpers, Des. There was some big jumps.
Yeah, I can't remember when it was, but yeah, one of them looked like it was flying.
Yeah, there was one fish, and I got it on the took the lure, and then before I struck, it jumped out of the water. And then...
Don't like to brag, but check out that camera.
But look, this is the lake.
It's this bit I like. I was like, oh, give it that edge. Oh.
That's some tight turns.
I like to give it the little lean. I was well happy with that. I was like, I'll give it a little lean. I'm going back to Art Isles.
Yeah, they're hitting the top waters. It's been quite fun. I think I just had quite a nice little session, to be fair.
Yeah, you did alright. I'm gonna go for the trolling today. It's once I get in there. I think I'm gonna risk the big flow. That's mine. Go big or go home. That's right. Breaking through that score.
It was a nice score, it wasn't. I haven't broke any records this time. Will you make a lake like Presa del Monte Bravo with big cats? I can definitely say that we want to get some big fat cats in the game, for sure.
Okay.
Darth Badger says, take it Des is watching from the pub. Oh, have you two went for a drink before?
Have you met Des? Let's go big.
Can you give us a quick synopsis of the patch that's coming again, please? So we're going to have these bass fish fighting improvements. We're going to have the bass jumping. I'm not 100% sure what I can and can't say, and I'm hesitant to say something in case... With the amount of patches that we work on, I'm pretty hesitant to say what could or couldn't be in it in case I've got something that's going into a future patch. So I think it's probably for the best that we wait for a bit more clarification from Stephen and the retail guys to post some information for you lot, and that way you're not going to have any false expectations. You're definitely going to get what you're told.
Stephen allowed to link the patch notes in the chat? I'm not sure if that's something that can be done.
I don't think that can be done yet, no. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I don't know actually, he might have them. But Stephen, if you're watching, do your thing. In fact, I know you're watching. Do your thing.
Do it.
Oh look, Des is giving the rundown.
That's what I like.
So yeah, we've got the bass jump in, changing the bait in the spod rod, which is going to be quite nice. Just so that people can mix it up a little bit. In real life, you'd get to pick what goes in there, so why not in our game? Stephen's saying the patch notes for next week won't be up until it goes out. Look, this man is hesitant as well.
I'm getting in them
It gives you guys a lot of some extra surprises anyway. Oh, miscellaneous bug fixes, that's always the way. We always have the bug fixes, or we try to anyway.
Just ongoing, isn't it?
The constant battle. Fix one bug, create 5 more.
Or the community find 5 more that we didn't know. I have to get this frog out. I ain't getting nothing on this.
David says it's a fantastic feature that you can actually troll while fishing. Thank you, David.
I love it. It didn't come without its headaches, though, I tell you. Going through, like, I nearly had an aneurysm trying to think of actually the control scheme. Because we have so many controls.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And to be able to do it while fishing. It's why I still prefer doing it on the controller, just because it's nice. I know, luckily, we now have the customizable controls, so obviously if you don't agree with what we've put in, you can now do what you want on the keyboard. You got limited buttons on that controller.
When is Megalodon coming? Will you be patient? You know, everyone here is a big fan of Megalodon. For the veterans. Yeah, to be honest, I'm really glad we do these weekly streams now. Obviously, we mix it up about between who's doing them, but it gives you guys a better insight into how we're thinking and what we're thinking about, and it's great for us to actually get to interact with you guys, and it's pretty cool because we just get to play a game for an hour of our workday, which is pretty sweet.
It's nice to have a bit of a chill out.
Cougar on Xbox. One thing I hate about the game, it gives me spring fever and I'm sitting under 10 inches of snow right now. Good lord.
I've been feeling that through this winter period.
Oh, Des, cough, 19th March cough. Wonder what that's about. Wonder what's happening on the 19th of March. I don't know.
I ain't getting nobody.
Hola, cough 19th March cough. Hola. Can you get a take when just trolling the lure behind the boat without reeling? Yep, you sure can.
I'll try it if you want.
Give it a little. Well, it's up to you, mate. Like going up against me, so I would probably just put all my effort in to try and beat me if I were you, because I'm a beast. But you know, however you want to spend your time.
I'd like to say I'm not trying, but the fact is I actually am.
Meg 2. No, we're talking about Meg the OG.
Maybe some siblings.
Yeah,
See
Des
what-
is giving you some slack for not using the fish finder.
Giving me grief.
Mm-hmm. Return of the Mac. Return of the Meg.
I wanted to get one on the troll. It's not happening at the moment.
Is spinning better slow or in a constant reeling? So I often mess the rhythm up quite a bit, but I like to use the stop and go because I feel like it just gives the fish more of a chance to come and take a bite, slow down for it. But constant does the job just as well. Yeah, it's personal preference really, if anything.
100% I think.
Lil Donny. Oh, it's just all coming out, man. Look, straight up, not even hinting anymore, just Lil Don. Who's Lil Don, eh? Megalodon and Lil Don. When are we going to see them?
I'll hit the side.
Hashtag fat
Oh.
cats. Oh.
That on the struggle, let's turn that off.
I wouldn't, certain big hints about as subtle as a sledgehammer these days. I mean, it was like week one, a little bit of a tease. Now, like, a month later, it's like, oh yeah.
Look, it's happening.
Oh, little
Little
skipper yourself. I think, you know what, I just realised, I think every fish I just caught in that last tournament was a bass. I didn't check the catch log. I'm pretty sure they were all bass though.
4 pounder. It's saying, I think.
Oh yeah, you got to set the bar somewhere. Sprit Ghost, any news on the bugs in the game, in this game being fixed? Always seems to get the different bugs appear in multiplayer. If you're getting bugs in multiplayer, just make sure you're always getting them out on the forums or reporting them to us for our customer service or whatever. And you know, the more people, the more times a single bug's getting reported, the higher priority is for us to look at it. Obviously, if it's affecting loads of people. We're always trying to work on the bugs just continuously as the game develops. So hopefully we can iron those out for you, but definitely need more details. Any new updates coming from Michael? That's right, yeah, we got next update 12th March, 11 AM British time, GMT. Is there going to be a Megalodon daddy going to happen? Or is Megalodon already a daddy? That's the question.
He says it has to be male, right?
Yeah, we're playing on PC at the moment. This is Lake Williams, so this is already out. But it's one of the DLC lakes. Oh.
It's teasing me.
Yeah, we're out on Xbox, PS4 and on PC. But we're just playing on the PC version at the moment.
Come on, that fatty's still out there. Let's go for it.
Big Timer J trying to recruit a following.
Bite it, look.
Mommy Megalodon.
It's looking at it.
Trying your best, but it's,
Oh, man, look,
it's a big flop.
Getting near it, but not.
So Michael, the highlights of the update are going to be the bass jumping, being able to change the bait in your spod rod, equipment, going to be some new equipment, and just bug fixes in general. You'll be able to get more details about what exactly will be in that patch on the patch day when the patch notes are released. I just said patch so many times in the space of 20 seconds.
The patch. See, like, I can see them. Just take it.
Your face is spooking at me. That's the only thing I can assume.
Only different. I don't like that they're taunting me. They're like getting so close to it. They're like, oh.
And Fish Finder shows you're going over a couple now. It's not a particularly
No, I should
busy spot you're on it right now.
I could go to it somewhere else, but I think I've dedicated too much time here already. So I'm just,
No, I'm of the opinion it goes both ways. Like,
I could
on
go.
one hand, you have spent a lot of time there, so maybe your luck will just come there.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
Am I wasting
just
more
write it
light
off.
yeah.
Go for a new area. Look for those fishy symbols on the Fish Finder. So you don't have to see there's quite a few there. So maybe just turn around and pass over there. Seems to be a bit along this whole road here by these reeds. Is the update next week a free update or not? Yeah, our as long as it's just a content update, it's always free. I don't think there's any plans to start charging for those, not at the moment anyway. The only thing that you will ever have to pay for are lakes, so the actual DLC, which will always have a price on it. If we're talking about just a regular update to the standard game, that is free.
It's on sale at the moment on PlayStation still, isn't it?
Yes, actually the PlayStation, I think it's only for PlayStation American users, so it's in the PS Plus sale, and that finishes tomorrow. So if you're thinking about getting the game and you're in the US on PS4, tomorrow, by tomorrow will be your last chance to pick up the game at a bit of a discount. Sprit Ghost, yeah, keep sending those into support and on Steam. If they're saying that we're having trouble reproducing it internally, it just means that you might be having a bit of an isolated issue. Unfortunately, that does just happen sometimes, where an issue's like we spend so much time QAing our game, and there are so many times where it still comes through the other end, and you know there are things that haven't been spotted or only happen X amount, like one time out of 100 or something like that. But honestly, we believe that the issues are there, but without being able to reproduce it, sometimes it's hard to get a fix in because we're not able to identify what the issue is. But we're always still looking at what those issues are. The QA team is always aware of what these issues are, and they're always keeping an eye out to see if they have it happen to them internally. And when they do, we can pass that info on to the engineers who will have a better idea of how to fix it.
£4. Might as well call it now.
I mean, 5 minutes, you've got a bit of a tool already, and it's going to be okay. I'm not smug at all. It's fine.
Oh,
That's my bad. I was trying to have a little look on the. How can a level 1 star person win in the tourney? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, if it's suspicious, then we could look into it. But there's no. So far as I know, there's no reason that a level 1 player. Well, 1 star just means they're in their first prestige still, right? Which means they're still in the first 100 levels. But I don't see a reason that a person who's really got into the game might not be able to do that. You'd like to be able to throw in bait just at close, like just give it a fling. Yeah, that's something we'd like to do in the future. Might be something that happens, not priority for us at the moment, but yeah, I think that's something that could happen.
Maybe that 1 star's got some OP fishing spots. Maybe I need to talk to them, because at the moment I need all the help I can get.
Will there ever be big fish, as in 180 pounds? Yep, I'm just going to say now that there will be. Full stop. Done.
Maybe even 200.
Oh, that's
Just maybe.
Will you bring the old lakes back in the new game? I mean, we have brought some of the lakes over and given them a bit of a visual overhaul, tried to make them look nicer. Not plans at the moment to bring back old lakes. It would be pretty cool to see some of them back in there, but yeah, I'm not promising anything on that. Fast travel in tournament mode is done. Why spend money on a fast boat if fast travel uses no time? Yeah, I mean, I suppose the advantage of the fast boat still is that, like on the Bass Lakes in particular, let's say you have 3 spawn points, it still takes you quite a while just to get to that middle area of the lake. So the fast boat still has its advantages, but I see what you're saying. Late check-in penalty for tournament would be a good idea. We was talking about this earlier, it was something in the original design, but we just didn't get the chance to implement it. And when we compare a late check-in penalty for a tournament to other ideas and things we want to see in the game, it falls down on the pecking order a little bit. But yeah, again, something that we could work on. Later on, PKKK, have a good one.
So I never know, is it KKK or like just triple K?
Triple K I like better. I feel safer saying triple K. Will the certain species be update or purchase? So generally speaking, what we've been doing is if we add a new, so let's say we add a lake that has a certain species in it that we haven't had before, we will make the species, add it to the new DLC lake, and then typically we backfill appropriate lakes with that species. So if we added if we created a new lake in, I don't know, wherever, and it had a new species in, any of the lakes that we've already got in game that are set in a location that would have that species, we'll add it to them as well. David Ford, first heard about this game today and I'm liking what I'm seeing. Obviously there are tackle rod reel customization options, yep, that's right. But are there boat customizations as well? Yep, that's right. So we got a couple of boats that you can pick from. The customization isn't too crazy at the moment. It's you've got a couple of different boats that have different speeds, and then a lot of the changes are cosmetic. So you can change the wrap that you've got applied to your boat to change the colours or the patterns. Oh, recommendation. The muskies in Lake Dillon are way too big for what they really are in Minnesota. Okay, we'll do a little look into that. I'll just, that's pretty simple for us to do, and just look at online. I mean, that's where we got a lot of our information for the fish sizes anyway. So I was under the impression we got that right. But yeah, I'll look into that and we can probably sort that out. Silence button on alarms when you have a fish on. I mean,
that one keeps coming up.
Yeah, that is one that gets brought up quite a bit. Hopefully, again, in the future we can do that, but at the moment, not a priority. Will you bring an editor so we can make our own lakes for people to download? Oof.
It's a big job. Unreal isn't too friendly in that instance.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tall order. Again, that's something that would be awesome to see, because I think that you guys would obviously be able to make some amazing content. At the moment, though, that seems like a very big task for us to undertake, to be able to give you guys the tools you need to be able to make nice lakes inside the game. I wouldn't rule it out, but I wouldn't expect that in the short term for sure. Yeah, no worries, EK Hunter. Yeah, for sure. We want it to be as realistic as possible, so yeah, I'll look into those sizes.
I caught one.
Yeah, I mean,
One.
I'm glad I've been talking to the guys more than watching your futile attempts.
I got one bass. Can I go? Why is it not letting me go?
Nice, I'm glad we got some of the Minnesota lake right then.
Look, one. There you go. It's £3.
5 ounces as well.
I'm not happy.
It's bragging rights for another month, that's all I know.
That's why I gotta win 3. They're even it out now. Fair play. I'll give you a little sportsmanship, you know.
Thank you.
It's competitive, but you can just see me rage when I leave the stream.
Salty Samuel, that's what we call him. This man knows all about the salt water.
It's not tasting. What have we got? We got a few minutes still to go, haven't we? A little 15-minute jaunt.
Yeah, go for it.
Lost your focus.
Oh, sorry, that was me. I went a bit mad.
So what? Should come back. Where are we? Where we got on? Just have a little jaunt about.
Got a largemouth, smallmouth, and spotted.
All the best. Maybe I'll have more chance of actually finding one. You want to go back on? Or
Oh man, yeah. I'll
you
have a
won.
little
That's
go.
what I mean. You, classic winner stays on rules, isn't it?
That's how you know someone grew up split screen gaming. Winner stays on.
It's always being a younger brother, always player 2.
I was the older brother, so
You will always player 1 with a nice controller, I'd imagine. I
That's
always
true.
had to have that third party, that slightly fatter NES controller, which never felt quite right.
oh, my mum used to literally tell me to let my younger brother win. It's just like, what's the point
So I'm
then?
glad
What's
I
the
never
point?
had that issue.
Oh, I had
Not
that issue
I
big
used to
time. My
get
brother got
spanked,
very,
but
very
yeah,
sad.
I never really got like that ragey about it, but inspired me to be competitive. So where are we at? Thank you, Des. It was below shocking, I'd say.
Why am I getting the?
You're not getting the controller over now. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if I give it the old.
Sort me out, son.
Did that do anything, like giving it more focus?
No, the PC's just that disgusted by how you did. £4.
But it's crapped out.
Yeah.
Do you want the keyboard?
I'm going to be too loud on the keyboard, I feel like. Come on. Back to the loading screen.
I feel pretty humiliated right now, Dark Badgers.
What's going on here? One sec, I'm just going to sort
You do what you need
sort
to
my
do,
cables
mate.
out. No, that's not it.
It's technical difficulty, folks.
Always the best kind. Wouldn't be a Dovetail stream without it. Why is it there?
CGSI said, take care, guys. Left or right? Thank you.
See you later, man.
I was trying to catch up on what we're talking about. State records.
I have to play on PC, I guess. You jump on, mate, because you're a little bit closer. Also, I feel a bit sorry for you for not getting a chance
you're gonna
to
let me...
really catch some fish and show off.
Yeah, it was appalling.
Is there a decent selection of top water bait / chug bugs? We have got a lot of baits. In the future, we definitely want to add some more different types of rigs. That's something that we're looking at. No estimated time on it, but
I love that
definitely
there's one
on the
called a
radar.
Wacky rig.
Just had a battle and a half using buzzbait, blue shad, nickel blue, £44, 1 ounce, musky, out of Williams. Nice one, Rich. Richard. I'm going to call you Rich. I hope that's alright.
You're better than me.
Feel like we're friends. Sup, Scooby Hayes? We're pretty good, thanks. How are you?
I'm not good.
Oh yeah, Sam kind of just got destroyed, but whatever.
Obliterated.
I didn't even have to try.
Not even being in his A game.
Big Timer, Darth Badger, and Scooby Hayes all in one place. We've got the OGs.
OP Collective.
Des is doing the on-the-job research as we speak on musky weight, settling the debate. Night glow lures, please. Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
We did have some night glow sweet corn.
Yeah, but I can see why you'd want a lure as well, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
See, look, you can just blame the peripherals. Look at that. As soon as you go to mouse and keyboard.
That was it. Yeah, I wasn't on. You know, even though I was in the quote earlier in the stream, I prefer the controller. Aww, little bubby.
What lure was you using in the tournament?
I went.
Was you using the frog as well?
I went between all three. Exactly. So even I can't even use that as an excuse. I told you they kept taunting me, but they got near it and were like, "Ooh."
Old farts, you mean? No.
So question: how old is everybody here? Then we can rate that.
The seasons are a thing you could also take into account. Bass behave and are positioned way differently throughout the year. Yeah, I mean, seasonal stuff is something that really would love to do. It's again, it turns into something that's actually a lot more work than what it seems like, because you effectively have to recreate each lake 4 times for each season. But yeah, I mean, we've done research on how fish behave differently in the year and things like that, and we'd love to be able to incorporate it. At the moment, it's hard without having the seasons in the game, and it, like I say, it's just a lot of work. Maybe one day we'll be able to get there, but again, not something I can see happening in the short term. Little crappy.
Little white crappy. Let me be cautious. I don't want to swing my mouse arm too aggressively to make it sound on the mic.
As long as you don't hit me in the face, you can swing it as
Oh yeah,
aggressive
I'm
as
not
you
going
need
to be
to.
like, whoa, off the desk, but you know, like, I don't want to scratch it and give everyone an earache. I don't know. I'll try and go over there now. I really like the trees on this lake.
Yeah, really does make it just feel like a lot different from anything else we've got in the game at the moment. Dead baiting for pike, is that coming? We'd definitely like to see that. Hopefully that'll be something you'll see sooner rather than later, but there's no estimated time on it just yet. Eric Hicks wants underwater cover. That is something we'd like to see as well. Hopefully that's something that can be sooner rather than later, but we haven't got solid plans for that. When we get a Megalodon, gents, you be patient. You'll get Megalodon and Little Don soon enough.
Don't want to do it. Need those arrow keys.
Look at this expert precision.
Can for a little turnaround.
Squad cocks. Badger Scooby.
It'd be like the dream team, right? Or
Get him on the cover of Fishing 19, I'm telling you. Do a special edition.
be like the informed fisherman group, right?
Underwater cover can be procedurally generated without having to edit the lakes. See, when you're talking about procedurally generating anything, that's already a lot of work. like I say, something we would like to see, but
As good as procedurally generated is, that's a huge task.
if we're talking about procedurally generating as well, are we saying if you had underwater cover, would you rather it was static and you knew what to expect each time you went onto the lake, or would you prefer it to be random every time you went on?
That stick.
No bass squash.
Getting that fat float out.
Life fantasy, like enjoying using the bread flakes on top of water for carp. Also enjoying the dog biscuits, reliable baits, classics.
Hell, Bicky.
Nozza 100 just wants a shout out. There you go.
Hollow.
Scooby Hayes loves the eels. This one gets brought up quite a lot.
Everyone loves the eel.
Yeah, eels is something we should actually look definitely need to look more into.
Yeah. No. No need to steal.
I was a fisherman until I had a really bad car crash. Sorry about that, Caroline.
Mm.
Well, I hope that you at least get to... I know it's not going to be the real McCoy like you want it, but we do everything we can to get it as close to that as we can. So we hope this helps a little bit, help you revisit the good times. Can you guys make an option to remove only the lure marker so we can enjoy the bass while jumping? So we do have an option in the settings where you can adjust how much of the UI we show in game. So yeah, look, there we go. Sam's looking for them now in the HUD settings under game, and then when he backs out, bosh, au naturel.
Hardcore. It really is. And they're like, you really need your headphones on for this sort of thing, for listening to the light intention.
Straight up for real. Is that real a fishing pun as well? But yeah, they want to see lake trout in game. That'd be awesome. What lake is this? We are on Lake Arnold, Alabama.
Sweet home.
One
I've
of the
got the problem
DLC
right now.
lakes.
I don't know. I haven't got headphones on right now, so I can't actually hear if I'm maxing this line tension out.
Oh, I see.
She is risky. It's all good.
It's always all good when you're catching little
Trying to get
babies like that.
Do you want to have a little go? 'Cause I can't get a bass.
I'm all good, cheers, mate. I've
Sure.
done my bit. Yeah.
What? I wanted to get another one jumping.
I caught the beasts.
And you did. I'm gonna go for a little turn over that way.
I'm going to assume that's short for Captain. Captain Chaos 27. Cheers for the info in the stream, guys. No worries. Pleasure for us to
Yeah.
come on here and have a little go with you guys.
Look forward to our 3-week limit where we do our
I think
little
it's
rotation.
once a month we do, and then
Yeah.
I think there's at least one a week, isn't there?
Mm.
Is it weekly?
Every Tuesday. 4 PM. Ish.
Peach Flamingo, think this game's great and lots of fun, no complaints here. Well, hopefully, if you're enjoying it now, then it's only going to get better, fingers crossed, touch wood.
Up and up. Apologies if I'm clicking too much. I'm trying to do stop and go.
With no UI,
Hardcore.
the authentic experience. fish finder's looking kind of dead again.
Let's go for a little scull.
Yeah, look. There we go. Gone over. Still only standing. I see something big, huge. Couple big ones. Ola from Stock Mountain. Hello. Nice and simple. I'm telling you, Sam's going to get a fat bass any second now. It'll be a nice, it'll be a nice little sign off for us.
I'm sorry, I wanted to get one more bass before we go.
Yamel Santiago, what about creating a camera mode? You get realistic fishing pics. We'd like to do more improvements to the catch shot. Not sure how we're going to go about it yet. Camera mode, I suppose you're talking about camera mode. I imagine you're talking less just about the catch shot and more about just being able to take a photo whenever you want. That would be awesome, to be fair. Especially with how nice some of the lakes are looking. Oh, Caroline, don't be silly. It's all good. Everyone's just passionate in the forum. ZK just wants the realism. We don't mind taking a bit of criticism. It's all good. We're all friends here, part of the same community. We all want the same thing. That's an awesome game.
Right now, though, I'd like to catch a bass. Ugh. Nope.
Has Stephen managed to sort the 2v2? I've been hearing whispers, but nothing set in stone so far as I know. I mean, I already know you guys are going to destroy us.
With me on your team, yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
You're going to have to do some hard carry.
I'm ready to just like bow out gracefully when it happens. I'm just gonna.
Or you're gonna have to get some sort of montage where like you show me the way and then cut that up into some sort of reel and then bam. Be like Rocky.
When we get beat, we just straight up have to resign and hand our roles over.
And just blend your name tag straight there and then.
Could we see a deeper or fish spy in the game in the future? I think we'll have to do a bit of research to fully understand what we need to get into the game for those to happen. Anyone know the nearest to the walleye in Europe and UK? Richard Jones is asking if anyone knows.
I can't catch.
Xander.
I can't catch a bass. Look at this.
You're attracting the pickerel.
That's how much it's hurting me. Come on.
Oh, there we go. Dovetail fishing is gonna. Stephen's gonna be looking at sorting it out in the morning.
I want to see one more jump. I don't think it's going to be as high as when it gets put up. I want to look back at that one that like skyrocketed. Oh, now there's a couple in there.
Any plans for real lures for pike and muskie? We're looking at adding a bit more customization for how you would fish for pike in particular.
Probably should put the icons back on. I have made this like well harder than I think I needed it to be, but I want to see a bass jumping without the icon.
Will you guys ever add ways to catch bluegills and perch on floats? That's on the to-do list. The perch in the European lakes you can already catch on floats, but it could just be an oversight that you can't catch the yellow perch the same way. We'll look into it though, and it's definitely on the to-do list. Yeah, look, Yamel's saying it's sunny, use something with metallic colours like the Rattle Trap Silver Blue Bag. What are you using at the moment?
I'm using that gold frog.
I think that should be alright, to be fair.
Make sure I'm getting bites, just not the right species.
Mm.
Oh, look, he's looking at it. Oh. thing was hench. Did it take it? Come on, look.
I've read sandbagging as something else entirely there, not going to lie, Darth Badger. Oh yeah, look, Des corrected me. Sam already made the change. Sam has already made the change for the bluegill and the perch being caught with the flows. And we're still in testing at the moment, but that'll be coming at some point.
Sorry, I zoned out. I should have chimed in. Yeah.
Oh no, you're all good. I was doing it as well.
I said I know I want to see one jumping out of this, but I'm having to focus so hard right now. But yeah, it's something I did.
Adadan, can you implement a skill system in game with points? Sounds like ranked mode to me. Oh man, I'd love to see a ranked mode. I think it would depend on, like, there's so many variables there with that. It would depend how many people wanted it, how many people wanted to actually play it. At the moment we've got the live event system in, which is kind of what our closest equivalent is. But yeah, at the moment no plans for skill-based matchmaking, I guess.
Yeah, took it on the top. I know you're not looking at it, but it took it. He rubber hit the top water. It was sick. Come on.
Straight up for real, recommending the Flash. It's a brown purple worm. Apparently works well on this lake, Lake Arnold. If anyone's looking for some tips. Any plans for live bait setups? Nothing concrete. Something we've looked into briefly recently. Been looking at live and dead baits at the same time. No promise for anything, but we're definitely looking into it.
He's probably jumping. Yeah. I did it.
Nice. It's a beast.
I know. It was actually really nice where I didn't
£10.
where I didn't have the UI on it proper come out at it.
Whew. Any thoughts on salmon and trout species and the game? Salmon we haven't spoke about as much. Trout, we're considering it. Sorry, I'm just going to read through these ASAP because we're going to be finishing the stream pretty soon. I want to try and get as many questions out as I can. Waiting to get new tools for carp fishing. I mean, we've got loads of plans for equipment to go into the game in the future. I don't know what the dates solidly are for anything in particular, but I could imagine that you'll probably be getting some new carp gear soon enough.
Scooby Doo's still not got a guy yet.
Oh my days. £10 bass jumps like a bluegill. Yeah, it is better than before. I mean, look, when this patch goes live, guys, honestly, in regards to the bass jumping, just give us all the feedback you can. Like, if it doesn't feel right, or if there's something that you still feel like it's missing, let us know and we'll do our best.
Neil Santiago. Yeah, lure movement is definitely something we'd like to improve.
It's cutting so quickly.
Yeah, it starts from the human.
Right.
I think that's...
Guys, I think that we've got to bring this to a closure.
We've already gone over a little bit.
We've gone over a little bit, but it's worth it.
It was worth it for that.
Sam got to catch a bass, so that was good. Right, so, as always, thank you for coming and checking us out.
It's been a pleasure.
For the people still asking what lake, this was Lake Arnold.
And we were on Williams.
I've won again, so I'm winning 3-0. 3-0. Don't know if there's much point carrying this on, but we probably will anyway.
Then we come back. Underdog story, told you montage.
I'm not sure who you guys have next time, but I believe that the next time anyone's doing the stream, it will be on the new patch once it's live as well. So we're looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about it there. And yeah, take it easy until next time.
Bye.
See you later.